Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle.
I'm Matt.
I'm Alex.
I'm Rachel.
It's Tony.
And we are Pseudo Adults. Hello and
Hello and albino.
hello and goodbye. This is episode 176 of the Pseudo Adults podcast. You can find it anywhere that you find podcasts and on the social medias at Pseudo Adults because we don't say the new names of the Twitters and stuff.
Whoa.
When's the last time you were stabbed?
Yesterday.
Where?
Right now!
Oh!
Maybe you should stab your eyes with some brand new content at spacesandbony.com or youtube.com/spacesandbony. We have so many different videos and podcasts and animations and other content coming your way. And how excited about it I am, you should be just as excited.
You got to meet his level of excitement.
Yeah.
How'd your lobotomy go, by the way?
My lobotomy was good and it went well. And when I had it, my brain went...
Okay.
And then I kept going throughout my day.
Good.
Oh,
Okay.
Brain literally goes,
perfect.
okay,
Yeah. Okay, bye.
have a good time.
And if you're a pop culture fan and wants to level up in life, check out Inner Warrior. And if you're trying to move into an IT career, check out Inner Tech Warrior.
All right. Very good. So we have a whole fresh new episode for you guys. I heard that you guys went to an expo. We always have to dive into the expo things. Actually, the following episode, I'll get to talk about not quite an expo, but there's a Pokemon event happening. A Pokemon Go event, more specifically. But I'd like to hear about where'd you guys go? What happened? What'd you attend?
We went to the Long Island Gaming Expo.
Oh.
It was delicious.
Retro gaming?
Retro gaming,
Yeah.
thank you. I knew a word was forgotten in my brain.
When Matt brought it up before, he nailed the name in the first go. At least I assume he did because he said it so clearly. And then they were like, one more time for the outline. The gaming
Convention
Expo.
Yeah. I nailed it because I thought it was ice cream. Anyway. Yeah, so the gaming expo was very cool. They had a lot of delightful games and cabinets of video games and everything was all around the perimeter. And then they had the small little shopping section that you could go in there, you could buy stuff. Nobody had Buck Bumble.
No?
But
Damn
Buck
it.
Bumble.
not a single Buck Bumble was bought that day.
Damn.
Because nobody had any. Nobody seemed to care.
Butt Bumble?
Yeah, Butt Bumble.
Buck Bumble. He's that Bumblebee guy with a gun.
Oh.
Nintendo 64.
Oh.
What about Glover? They had Glover?
Oh, that's a good question. We didn't even
Yeah, it
ask.
didn't look
Donald?
But I have Glover from back in the day. I used to love that game. You
Yeah.
would turn the ball into all kinds of little things and a little glass gem that would break every single time you tap something.
I'm clueless. I have no idea what's going on.
Kid Chameleon? Did they have Kid Chameleon?
I don't know, because to be honest, there wasn't a lot of vendors. There were in that area vendors selling games, but it wasn't like MagFest level where you can be like, I want this
anything.
game, and they're like, oh, here you go play on a console. It was very much like consoles set up all along and throughout the museum, and it was just kind of like if gamers walked in and was like, is it okay if I put my setup here?
So it was like us in high school with when Mad Hat brought the GameCube. And
But if the whole school did it throughout a museum, but
Gotcha.
that's really was the vibe.
Yeah. The one thing that was wild is that they didn't have any batteries in the Mr. Game & Watch games.
Oh.
So that was one thing.
Huh.
That or the Tiger Electronic, the handheld.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like, oh, man.
There were some things that were cool to see, like the
Power
old-
Stone.
Yeah, the old TVs playing like. There was one moment where
That
I
Sonic
had
TV?
like nostalgia, and I was like, "Oh man!"
Mhm.
It was Sonic on like an old TV. It
Uh.
was Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and they're at Launch Base Zone already. And that actually gave me like a nostalgia rush.
Yeah.
But then I was like, "No, I would want to go home and play this on a nice TV."
It's true. You play retro games, you're playing on a nice modern television where you could see it even better.
Yeah.
Remember how much better we must have been at gaming as kids, especially you guys that had it at the young ages on those TVs where it'd be like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What am I jumping on?
Yeah.
Someone was playing Smash Wii on a TV like that. And I was like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, it's
it's Mario.
That's
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone should be playing like modern PlayStation 5 games on that TV.
Oh, man. I wouldn't want to
That's
know what that
wild.
looks
The
like.
Last of Us
Yeah.
Part 2 on like.
But Matt didn't mention this, but there was actually 2 festivals going on that day.
oh.
There was the Long Island Gaming Retro and the Long Island Parking Festival.
Yeah. It was like every single car that you could imagine filling up a spot and not letting you take another spot.
Wow.
Right next to where that huge parking lot is.
Oh, yeah, that huge parking lot was full.
Because probably people go to school.
No, that one
No.
I don't know if
No?
we were able to
Then
park
Saturday?
there.
No, that's where
Because-
John parked anyway.
Oh.
It literally took like 15 to 20 minutes just to park.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you go around the
If
back,
NASA allowed you,
and
was
there's
as
a
many
dirt.
parking spots.
That's
as
where we
there
went.
was.
That's where I used to park for school. I used to park there.
That's
because
crazy. That sucks.
The parking lot would be so full that I wouldn't be able to park. You just go around and
You
park.
parked in the dirt?
It's like a dirt patch.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, honestly, it's a dirt patch. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
right
People
behind
just park
another museum.
Yeah. The Long Island Museum of Shanking. It really looks like it.
It was like something
My
else.
favorite
The Last
spot.
of Us.
I would just chill there. I would chill there, and you have to be like kind of on guard
Yeah.
because you just get shanked if you're
But it
not.
was cool. They gave us a badge. They're like, here's your parking badge.
The badge was cool.
Yeah. We got to explore the parking lot, walk around, see all the different cars.
Wow. Nice.
Was there any purchases made?
Of cars?
Oh, okay.
That's beautiful.
Whoa.
I like that.
You got a piercing.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's Kirby being held by chopsticks.
That's cool.
For the audio medium.
Yeah, sorry. It's Kirby. It's Kirby being held by,
For the audio medium.
it's Kirby being held by chopsticks, and he's fat, so the fat's like overflowing the chopstick.
On your Apple Watch.
On my Apple Watch, yes.
And Alex has a Kirby on a Arby's star parody. She's got a fucking knife. He's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I love it.
And you definitely have a pierced breast with it.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was a really cool shirt, and there was actually cool vendors, but there was a cool shirt of Garfield as Pikachu with a knife on a surfboard.
A very strange mix of things.
What is that shit?
Must be Monday.
Yeah. Was it AI generated?
Someone drew this. I was like, what the hell is that?
Then there was those like games that independent game maker made. Yeah.
Oh.
And like this one person makes like NESs.
That was cool.
Yeah,
Huh.
that was
But
pretty
the
wild.
indie game thing,
For like $75.
yeah. It's like, here, get a physical copy of these indie games. It's like, oh, sweet. They must be like $20-$30. I could pick up a game or two.
Yeah.
No, it was fucking literally $75 for a Switch indie game. I was like, no.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably costs a lot to, I guess, make the cartridges
Yeah.
or whatever.
Plus the
Or they're
packaging.
just overvaluing.
I don't know.
Indie
But
game.
don't they sell those on like? There's plenty of indie games on the Switch, like
Oh,
online
yeah.
store and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, and they're not $75. But I guess if you want the physical ones, like a collector's item or something
Yeah.
like that.
Just in a Switch case.
But they're gonna make it big, and
Yeah.
then you'd be like, oh my god, I got the collector's item before it, and it'll be worth trillions.
Yeah. They should have sold a digital code or something I could pick up. QR code for the shop. I would have been more likely to buy it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I already spent all my money in the Long Island Parking Expo.
You saw some nice cars though, I bet.
Yeah, it was nice.
Did you see Toyotas?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool.
And they weren't the size of toys like my brain said they would be.
Are they the size of Yodas? Toyota.
That's like in between toy and car still.
Yeah, Yoda's still pretty tiny. It's like a doll.
He's a toy.
Yeah.
In fact.
I'm talking about like a little Matchbox
Oh,
car
okay.
that's like
yeah.
you put it between your chopsticks and you're driving around.
Yeah, and you're used to Fast and Furious movies where the car is about like the ground's here and the car is about here, so it could drive under like trucks and things, and it's like I think it's like you change the gravitational force on you, so it like squishes you down and then it reverses. It's pretty cool. Movies are real.
That's
That's
when
real
the Rock
life.
says, "Eat Chuck."
Mm-hmm. All right, anyone else got any stories from the past week or so? You guys were MIA for our last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
We had separately, like, I had seen Oppenheimer, they had seen Barbie. I have heard that did you do the double feature?
You got the Barbenheimer.
Yeah, but one day, one the other day. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, same weekend.
Same weekend.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We saw both. I like.
Okay, so I'd like to hear what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I thought that Oppenheimer was beautifully filmed. I liked that, like the cinematography was
Very long.
really nice. Yeah, it was a long movie.
If you can get over how long it is, it's a well done movie. Long. But I'd always preface that because if you walk in thinking that's just a 3-hour movie, it's gonna go fast like Avengers or whatever did. No. But it's very beautifully done. I like it. It's very artistic.
Short, digestible.
Yeah. It's like a YouTube short. Like you just go.
No.
All right. All right. Now to watch Barbie.
I can't wait for that to be the future of movie theaters. It all does in like TikTok segments, and then it's like, all right, I can go to the bathroom, and then I can flip up.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
I guess I'll be like VR.
Wow.
So you saw that one first?
Yeah, we saw Oppenheimer first. I really enjoyed like the message too around it of like how it wasn't like it's a very gray area for the whole creation of the bomb and everything, and like how they're even saying that there was a point in the movie where they talk about like, did we even need to do this at all, right? Like, would the war have been over without having to do this? And then like all the consequences that come with that, and it's just thinking about the people make the parallel with like AI now, right? Like where it's like you created it, now it's out there, and then you're trying to create all
Perfect
this.
timing.
Yeah,
This
you're
movie
trying
came
to
out
create
perfect
like
timing.
all these rules. Like you have Sam Altman going to Congress being like, hey, we need some like regulations around it. It's very similar to what Oppenheimer did, where he went and was like, hey, we probably shouldn't be doing this anymore. Like we need some regulations around all of this, and nobody wanted to listen. And then
Well, they called him a communist and said, all right,
yeah,
you're a communist. Now you're, we strip you of all your
Titles and
everything.
whatever privileges. Yeah.
And what was it like a sad consequence of that I didn't realize until after I did some research was that his daughter.
Oh my god, that was so sad. Yeah, go ahead.
So his daughter was also in like the
government,
scientific
in
field, and
yeah.
like,
In
and
the
she was and then she was trying to get like clearance so that she can work with the government and stuff like that, and they refused her because of her dad.
They blacklisted her because
And
of her dad.
she just had like a terrible time, and she actually committed suicide.
Yeah, she killed herself.
So-
because they took away all her access to everything because of her dad.
Yeah, so it's like something that wasn't even of her own volition. It was because of the sins of the father, basically. And then
Yeah.
so like it's
He also
crazy.
came up with
That
the
is
idea
sad.
for solar panels. He was the first person that came up with like that idea. I mean, he gave it to somebody else because he was bored, but he came up with the concept for it.
Tesla.
And then also black holes, the theory of black holes. He was the first one to go,
Yeah,
this
so
is what it is, but I can't prove it, so it's kind of just sitting there.
yeah, so like one of the things that he had an issue with was focus. So he would often come up with these brilliant ideas, but then just not continue with it. So then one of his colleagues would actually be the one that
Picked it
finished the all the stuff. So like one of his colleagues got a Nobel Prize because of something that he
Solar
came up
panels.
with.
It was solar panels.
I don't know if that was the exact one, but it was one of them. And then so he missed out on a Nobel Prize because he didn't stick to it, and then his colleague was the one who got the Nobel Prize for something that he came up with.
Jeez.
So it's like wild. But
I wonder if it was one of the people that was portrayed in the movie. Like, was it like?
Maybe. I don't know.
well they
They don't even. They don't even.
there was like a
mention
brief
it.
moment where there was a
They
brief
mentioned
moment.
Was it
black
like-
holes a lot more than they.
Well, because there's like different eras of like his career.
Yeah.
I meant to say this when we were talked about the previous time. That there was a movie that I randomly watched. It was actually because I watched the movie. I was watching the show Jury Duty with James Marsden, and they kept referencing the movie Sex Drive that he was in. And so I watched this movie Sex Drive, and I was watching noticing all the characters in this movie. I was like, other than Seth Green, have any of them ever been in anything? And then I go and watch Oppenheimer. I'm like, it's the main character from Sex Drive.
Oh wow.
They did it.
There he is. He was in the classroom setting. He was like one of the main other like classroom people.
They had a ton of actors and actresses in this movie, just in the background, where you're like,
I know, it's like they just were like, I'm in a Christopher Nolan movie.
yeah, literally, like they were like, yes, I'll say yes to you, Christopher Nolan.
Huey from The Boys playing the bongos or whatever.
Yeah. But
And the bomb sequence was awesome.
Yeah, that
it was very nice.
you would
nicely
expect
done.
it to be super loud, and it was just
It was clever.
it was like
And it made sense.
deafening
Yeah.
silence.
It's like they would be
Deafening.
not within reach of the bomb because they would be vaporized.
Yeah.
So, and the time it takes sound to travel out there, it would be quite significant. So yeah.
I thought it was very artistic the way they showed, like afterwards, like the way he was seeing people, even though it wasn't actually happening. He was seeing like as he was making speeches, he was seeing people like
Yeah.
kind of like burnt, and like it was.
My dad was asking me a couple questions about the movie, and it was interesting what his questions were. It was like, was Oppenheimer having visions? And I was like, actually, yeah, they
Because he got
do
diagnosed
portray
with
that.
schizophrenia before they even knew really what it was.
Like on some part, I guess it was based on things that happened to the actual guy. Like he did have visions, and he is like, and like, was there stuff involving Einstein, of them having like a special relationship? And I was like,
Yeah.
there were two pretty pivotal scenes involving Einstein. So yeah,
He went to him for like advice about,
love.
He went to him about advice about like stuff.
What to make for dinner.
and
science
if he
is
should
true.
do certain things or if he shouldn't do them. At least one scene and the other scene, they're friends, but it's also kind of like in that time period, like Einstein he's famous, but they don't really listen to him anymore. Like he's not like the leading scientist anymore. He came up with the idea. He went to Roosevelt and said, "Hey, they're gonna create bombs. We should create bombs before they do." Mm-hmm. So it was really his idea that spiraled, but I don't know.
So, there's some point he blows him to take his knowledge.
No, pretty much. By a lake.
Because that scene is, which one's the one where it's real? Is it in color or black and white?
So he uses that to distinguish. Yeah. So
when he's
blowing him, it's definitely black and white.
Okay.
This is objective.
Yeah, this objectively happened.
It actually, just as the dialogue was changing to the following, it became black and white. So, Mr. Oppenheimer, Dr. Oppenheimer, when are you going to blow me? And then he was like, today, Einstein.
I feel like
That was a sequence that gapped the two.
I think what really like crucified him was that, number one, a lot of people around him, not him, but a lot of people around him were communists. And number two, he studied in Germany for a long period of time. This is before World War II.
Yeah, but
And then
Germany
he came
wasn't
back.
communist. It was only after World War
No,
II.
but World War II, they still looked at Germany like,
Like
were you a
communists?
Nazi? Were you part of that? What's going on there? So it was definitely that too.
But Germany wasn't communist.
After World War II.
No, they were something a little bit
Germany
worse.
wasn't in
Yeah.
general. They think of Russia.
Yeah. Russia was sold. Oh.
No,
just
but
like
they
the
still
voices.
associated, even after the war,
Yeah.
they still associated.
There was communists, there was socialism and communist parties going on.
Yeah. And that was before they were deemed as like wrong.
If someone watches this movie and they believed he was a communist, are they going to be upset? Like the movie's portraying him as like, no, definitely wasn't a communist.
I mean,
or is it still
it's-
gray?
It's a gray area because it's like
Yeah,
he
it's
hung
not
out
like-
with the people. He went to parties with the communist parties, but it's like
They rough him up in terms of like his career, so that someone's like, yeah, give it to him, make Oppenheimer pay.
his wife
they'll be
was a
happy.
communist. One of his girlfriends was a communist. It's relative. Like it's
Oh, that's rough. That's like hanging out with the KKK and be
Yeah.
like, I'm not racist.
No, he never had everybody else had membership cards, but he would go to the party. I think he believed in some of the concepts, but not all of them. He didn't believe in like he wouldn't give money towards anything. But
his thing was more the labor rights,
Yeah.
like the rights of the people and
Scientists
stuff like that.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
too.
So that's kind of
It
weird.
seemed like back then you couldn't even like go to the store for a cup of sugar without being like, "Hey, so have you thought about the Communist Party?"
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, they'd be like, "Hey, I heard one time you went to the grocery store and talked about the Communist Party."
Yep.
Yeah, it was like it was a witch hunt. It was
So-
like
Yeah, the Red Scare.
It's
Yeah.
really funny because when I was a little kid, my dad was going to the bank, and our dad like struggled a little bit with money growing up. So I said to him, little kid, I'm talking elementary school, I said, "Daddy, why don't they make it so because you're working, you just get a little card and you go to the store and you could go, I get food because I have a card." And then you can go, oh, well, I work here and I get my own food because I have a card. And he goes, "That's communism." I was like, oh my God. I was like, little baby me came up with the idea of communism just unprovoked.
Little Karl Marx.
Actually, we're kind of like mixed. I mean, there's the social nets.
Yeah. I feel
All
like
fair.
I don't believe in all
Communism.
communism, but I feel like some of the ideas are relevant. I'm not a communist.
I was saying, like,
Uh-oh.
I was a baby. I came up
Some
with
of
it. I
them.
didn't
Not
say-
all of them.
Let
I
me
don't-
make this
I don't
clear.
believe in all of
I'm
them.
not a communist. I was making a joke about being a kid and telling the story. But Rachel's a
Fine.
communist.
I'm not a communist. I'm not.
Persecute her.
There's some ideas that like a lot of countries use that they're not communist, but they use some of the ideas that
Sure.
that concept has.
What country just did it
Universal
where it was
healthcare?
kind of like a universal...
Universal basic income.
Yeah.
I've actually
Oh,
been
yeah.
following that. Yeah.
Which is interesting. And then I think they tried it in California.
Andrew
or
Yang
something.
wants to do that.
Yeah.
He's the one that's toting around universal basic income.
Yeah.
Universal healthcare.
Alaska
And also
has.
changing the tax system because instead of it being like how much you're making, like tax everything. That way the wealthy can't squeeze away out
Yeah.
of it.
When Yang was running for New York, and he
Yeah.
wanted to bring that here, I was like, extra money. But
Yeah.
that's the only thing I saw that as, like, extra
It
money.
benefits
Yeah,
the people,
but
but it
it's
doesn't
gotta
benefit
come from
the
somewhere.
rich.
Yeah, taxes
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
big companies. He was saying, but does that work?
Yeah. Well,
So I feel
okay.
like this movie is very relevant in that sense. Like it brings up the topic of like it doesn't bring up AI, but it brings up like the same struggle that they had with that, the same struggle they had with like is communism bad?
It's funny. I didn't think of AI at all. I feel like it's like your interpretation of like the stuff
Yeah.
that like you draw parallels.
It was
to
definitely impactful. Like you walked away impacted by the movie.
I found the movie was interesting in regards. That's okay. I found like the third act of the movie breathed new life in it, but it was like the information was presented in this way of like it shouldn't have been as impactful as they made it. Of like, it turns out it was this character pursuing,
It should have been more
trying
like
Oppenheimer all along. Whereas like if you're following his, like it's like if you were like living day by day, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's his common knowledge. But it was presented like it was him all along.
Yeah.
And then we as the audience like,
yeah.
Scooby Doo Unmasked moment.
yeah.
kinda.
Yeah.
But it's like an unreliable narrator. It feels like throughout the movie. So like you find out like other stuff.
Well, because
but-
it's Nolan and he's like jumping around time wise.
But I feel like this is more understandable than the
very much
last movie.
so.
Yeah.
The last
no. At
movie,
least it was always kind of like
definitely.
relevant to like they talked about like the early days of making of like who he was before they like
so handsome.
hired him to
It's
like
fine.
do the Manhattan Project, and then they would show him in that time. So like it
Yeah.
was always like they talked about what they were doing.
Yeah.
So
One
at
was
least
in color.
the time
one was
jumps
in
were
black
easy.
and white, and you can translate easier, being like, this is this time and this is this time.
No, that's not it though, because the black and white was always true.
True, you're right.
I
You're right,
mean, the black and
unreliable.
black and white
was-
they'll show Robert Downey Jr. in black and white, and then they'll show him in color the same exact age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because the color meant like it's from their subjective experience.
Yeah.
So like for that one, so when it's black and white, it's like okay, we have like all the stuff to show.
Document,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, to show that these are the things that happen. When it's color, it's more of a subjective viewpoint of the characters there. That's why.
Also, main character, very good looking. I don't know. There's something about
if
him.
like
Cillian
Skeletor
Murphy?
had skin though,
No. He lost a lot of weight though. He said he ate an almond a day or something like that.
I
'Cause they-
watched
real
the
guys-
trailers and I knew he wanted He-Man.
Yeah. He was,
That's why he was building the bomb.
We need to kill He-Man with this big
I think he's hot in Peaky Blinders. He's very good looking, but it might be the way he's dressed versus. They talked about why he's so famous the way he is. They said because he has like a strong jaw, but like feminine like eyes. I guess they said. So it's like a weird combination that apparently people like.
Just his cheekbones scare
Cheek
me.
peek,
Yeah, they're like-
I like what he's.
lost a lot of weight.
I like what he's like aging into. I always thought he was a pretty boy, and now that he's like kind of aged out of being a boy, and he's a pretty man. No,
Now he's just hot.
yeah,
It's hot. It's
Now he's
not the real
now he's
guy.
like a dilf.
I go not the real guy. The real guy. I'm like, but
Found out Kyle finding out he's hot in real time. It's like,
He's doing the
he's a
calculations.
pretty man.
Yeah, watching Oppenheimer, like, all right. Wait, what happened?
apparently at the site where they did that test bombing,
Yeah.
people were collecting like these rocks. They took them away from them, but they were crystals. They created how intense the
Yeah.
heat was. Created a new type of crystal that
Wow.
that people I forgot what they call it, but people were going to that site and like they're radioactive for sure, but like in small, very small quantities. They're less radioactive like now. They said the difference between a nuclear
Yeah.
bomb and the atom
Right.
bomb was that the people would absorb the radiation, but it wasn't like Chernobyl where it lasted like long periods of time. Like people were able to rebuild
Right.
again. But they said it formed like these crystals that people were like going ham about. So the government had to come in and like they collected all of them and left. But people still sell them. I want to see if I can find out which one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Were you as excited as I was to see who got to push the button to detonate the test bomb?
oh my God, that threw me out of the movie. I go, why did you choose him? I go, like,
Did you know who it was?
Yeah, I think you said it was.
Whoops.
it definitely threw me out of the movie. I was like, come on. It definitely, yeah, it definitely threw me
It was funny.
off a little bit.
Yeah.
It made people laugh when they saw it.
Really?
Yeah, immediately people were giggling. In the
They
movie.
just
I was
see
like,
they just see Josh and they start.
Josh and they're like, he's a big boy. Yeah.
Except he's not.
I had to tell
He's a
Tony
tall
who it
man
was.
too.
I had to tell Tony who it was because
Yeah.
he was so skinny. He didn't
Yeah, I didn't recognize him.
Damn it, Megan! You told me this opens the fridge.
So you saw it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It struck me as this movie must have had a lot of edited out stuff. Just like the characters that I felt like were barely in the movie. Like there must have been more scenes with them that they were just like,
Couldn't fit it in.
yeah, 3 hours was like trimmed down as much as they thought they could.
Trinitite, I think they call it.
Oh.
Stupid. It looks stupid, but it's fun.
It's stupid looking.
Yeah, it's a glass. It's like a glass residue that was left.
Oh, it just looks like crystal meth.
Yeah, it's kind of like this.
Whoa.
Nothing special.
Oh, yeah, it's like
it's really
dried.
nothing special.
It's like dried up SpongeBob.
But people
yeah.
went ham for it and they were selling it. And if you have original, so
Original recipe.
Yeah, the
kinda
first
gross,
first
looks like
100.
mold.
Yeah. All right. So, you talked about one half of Oppenheimer. I mean, Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
Blobenschleimer.
Yep.
Let's just hear about the other half. Was it a couple days later? You said
It was a day.
The next day.
the
Next
next day.
Yep.
It was good. I
Did you wear
enjoyed it.
pink?
No. I was no. No. I know all my cousins dressed up in pink, but we walked out and we're like, there's so much pink in the thing. You're like,
Yeah, you go to be part of the.
I forgot.
experience.
I saw it, but I was very tired and I forgot.
Okay.
And I was like,
I'm so surprised that we got through Oppenheimer without Rachel talking about Florence Poe's sex.
Yeah, me
her
too.
titties.
That's
sorry.
all she talked about when we went to watch
Her
Barbie.
boobs. Her boobs were weird
I
in that
didn't know
first
if
scene.
there was a movie.
Am I right? Her boobs were weird in that first scene.
In the first scene.
I was like, oh my god.
Their first naked
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah, I was like, let me pull
It
it,
came
up.
out of nowhere. too.
Oh yeah.
I always talk about how it just comes out of nowhere and you don't really expect it to happen.
With all due respect to Christopher Nolan's an amazing filmmaker, I think like he doesn't know how to write female
He
characters,
doesn't. He doesn't.
especially love interests.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like fuck it, they're already fucking.
Yeah.
Just skip
Also,
to that part.
we read about, because after the fact I wanted to read and actually see what they actually look like. Not good. Anyways, none of them. Even
Yeah.
his wife wasn't.
I mean, I don't know.
She didn't look like whatever. Anyway,
I'll take your word for it that they were weird looking. I don't
They
know.
weren't weird looking. They just weren't anything special. But it's they weren't weird looking. They weren't like extremely
Did you
ugly.
say you had
They were
like
just
a
plain.
like she's a good looking lady or something like that?
She's better looking than the mistress.
Oh, but
It's like
she's Mary
Did something
Poppins.
happen to lower your like of Florence Poe in
No,
the
I love
last?
Florence
Oh,
Poe.
okay.
yeah. I
I was like,
it comes
this
out of
energy's
nowhere.
just not the same.
I was shook. I had nobody to talk to. I went to work and I can't talk about titties. So I had Tony, but like that's it.
Yeah.
He experienced it with me. It comes out of nowhere. When you see the movie, the titties come out of nowhere, and I'm like, the issue I had, one of the besides it being super long, which I understand why, but still,
The scene or the titties?
no, this just the character, her character. It's almost like they can't. He can't. Like I was like, she's a like. For me, it's like when women are just made like all they do is just titties.
Yeah.
And it's like they have character. You can develop the character.
Exactly. That's one of the criticisms of this movie.
I was just like, that's the only thing where I'm like, I was excited to see Florence Poe, and then they talk for like 5 seconds, and then titties, like, and then there's even more titties while she's talking. So you're like, I can't pay attention to her. I can't pay attention to her talking.
Your mouth is up there.
And that scene when she's talking, sitting in the chair naked. She's naked, but they don't show anything like below the waist. It's all up. But yeah. It kind of threw me off. It like in the beginning, it turned me off.
Yeah,
because
but
it
the
was like-
second one is even more weird
yeah, because she's talking and you're like, I can't pay attention.
because it's like completely imagined by the Emily Blunt character.
Yeah. It almost was. So what we read about what actually happened to her was, I forgot what it was, where she died in a bathtub.
Oh.
But it was implied that she like overdosed, but it was also implied that it might not have been like self-induced.
Oh.
She drowned herself. That's what they said, which is, how do you drown yourself like realistically without coming up for air? They've actually
By overdosing?
That'll do it.
But that's why in the movie when they had that scene, they showed gloves. A person, remember, they showed 2 scenes where it like flipped, where the gloves were pushing her down, and then it was just like her drowning, because it's like up in the air. They don't really know how. Like, there's speculation that she was taken out because he was seeing her and she was a communist. So it was implied that they
don't know.
Yeah.
So it kept switching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so-
it switched once, but very briefly, where you saw a rubber glove, like a black glove.
Like subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
so-
was moited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also said that she had like mental issues. She had, you could tell in the movie at least,
Yeah,
that she had some issues.
She was constantly naked, just riding down the street.
Yeah. Just streaking all the time.
Yeah.
She didn't do her sad Poe face.
What's that?
Have you ever
yeah,
seen
that's
Florence
true.
Poe's sad
I like
face?
sad Poe.
Like
I've
in
only seen her
Midsummer.
in this and like the Black Widow movie. So
Oh, Midsummer, she does this face that is like legitly what you would draw as a human frowning, but like really,
oh,
like it's very. You have to see it.
we're making grimace
You have to see
faces
it.
and not the grimace shake.
Florence Poe's sad face. It's unique. It's like very like if I was pretending to be sad.
So Barbie was that good, huh?
Oh yeah, sorry, because we didn't talk about the titty scene. But Barbie was very good. I enjoyed it. I couldn't see. Yes,
You found
Thank
Sad Poe?
You found Sapo? Sapo?
Oh,
Sapo. That's her Sapo.
Oh yeah.
It's very like
Yep.
it's just like a posh British.
right,
Yeah.
but yeah, Barbie was really good. I couldn't imagine anybody else cast as Barbie. They did a good job. I like how they showed different size Barbies. I was sitting next to Tony and Alex's mom, and the comment she made when the bigger Barbie showed up was I was like, Joe, you can't say that. You can't say that. She was like, I've never seen a Barbie like that. And I was like, you can't. They make Barbies like that now.
My mom's filter, she's
Yeah. But it was like silent.
The movie theater was completely silent.
No, it wasn't silent, but I was like, you can't, I don't know if you could say that.
I was saying when we were at Jean's moving up ceremony and the valedictorian was there, or the salutatorian. She's like, I did all this extra work. My mom goes, yeah, that's why she probably has no friends.
You're
like loud.
Oh my god! She expected everyone to burst out laughing with her.
Oh my god!
Everyone clapped.
The kid was like, "Oh."
I mean, it wasn't unexpected, but it still was like I was like, you can't say that out loud. But I enjoyed it. I think it was funny and silly.
I need to see the movie with your mom then.
Yeah.
I get the full experience.
Yeah. And I think I found out later that girl, the bigger Barbie, is a very big advocate for like body image issues. And that's why I think they put her in the movie, was she was an advocate for like different size bodies, loving your body the way it is. So she was actually really happy and proud that she was able to be in the Barbie movie and be included in that movie. I think she's a TikToker or something, a YouTuber. Forgot who she is, but yeah.
Hell yeah, body positivity. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it was a fun movie. That was a fun movie. I mean, it's better than what I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought it was just gonna be like just terrible, but it was like a fun ride. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to it.
Oh, I love his character. That was a good.
Ken was really funny.
I couldn't
Ken
see
was
again.
hilarious.
I couldn't see a Ken. I like how all the Kens were all different. Like, cause as a person who owned Barbies, they did have all different like raises of Ken. Like I think I had the Asian Ken too when I was younger. I had a lot. I had the speedboat, the dream house. The dream house had a jacuzzi. They didn't. Did they add that? Did they show a jacuzzi?
I don't think so.
I had
don't think so.
It folded down like a trundle bed would.
Yeah, because I don't think they showed real water.
Yeah, there's no real water
True.
there.
That's true. I enjoyed it. As a person who had Barbies, I was like, oh, it's a callback. Like at the end for the credits, they had all the different Barbies. I was like, I had that one. And then I realized how many Barbies I actually had. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also a good like nostalgia movie for like people who've grown up with Barbie, because there were so many moments where they like throw up like, oh, it's this
Pregnant Barbie, I had that one.
Yeah, it's like
Skipper.
That one.
yeah,
Skipper.
And
yeah.
her and the dog with
dog.
the little poots.
yeah.
All the outfits.
Yeah,
I was like,
literally-
had that one. Had that
Yeah.
one. Some came with Barbie. So Barbie would be dressed in an outfit, and then they'd have Barbie outfits on the side, so you get extra. And man,
I think that's what the marketing of the movie kind of said too, right? Like, if you love Barbie, you're gonna like this movie. If you hate
Yeah.
Barbie, you're
also
gonna like this
it.
movie.
Yeah.
I think what got me later on, the next day we were at the gym, and you know how they have the TVs in the gym. I saw, you know, when they're in that car and you're like, this is definitely a commercial. They used that whole scene for the car commercial. Yes, where she drives over the thing. They used that for that specific car commercial. I went,
God.
you couldn't film something separate than that?
Gianna
Like,
literally got out of the movie. He's like, man, that car looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
the
that car did look
marketing
good.
for
Yeah, that worked.
If I had money, I'd buy that
Yeah.
car.
Yeah,
That car
see?
was nice.
See,
there you-
yeah,
it
the
worked.
marketing
Yeah.
worked.
It did work.
Yeah.
But I saw and was like, you little, you, like, you tricked me. You tricked me, you advertisement. I thought this was just a movie.
But wait, it tricked you, but you still want to buy that
Yes.
car. See, so then was it really a trick?
Well, because the car looks good.
It looks really good in the movie.
Yeah, it looks really Who knows what it actually looks like in real life, but
Is the car Cillian Murphy?
yes.
Yeah.
But he's in the car.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
It's
those
weird.
cheekbones.
It's one of my weirder celebrity crushes. I can't explain it. There's something about him. Don't know. Whether it's because he's masculine and feminine, probably what it is.
I think Ryan Gosling's way hotter.
I don't know.
I would.
I never
I
loved
would
Ryan
put a
Gosling.
cup at the bottom of those cum gutters.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you say, Alice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been, even like in the Notebook, I was like, he's okay. Like I never
Oh,
was.
he's a hottie.
I don't know.
Sure is.
Never was. It never did it for me.
I remember the first movie I saw him in was Murder by Numbers.
What'd you think of him?
What will
It was great.
The same thing. Shoot that guy and kill all those ones too.
I
Instead
really
of trying to
liked
get away with a murder.
Ken Enough. Now there's like all these sweatshirts for guys that says, I am Ken Enough. Yeah. I think it's interesting.
I am Knuff.
Knuff. Yeah.
Knuff, yeah, Knuff.
Is that a line
like
from the
it.
movie?
Yeah. I'm a Knuff.
I should be seeing the movie later today.
Whoa.
Wow.
By the way, happy International Left-Handers Day, everyone.
Oh.
Can't relate. Who's left-handed here?
I jerk off with my left.
That makes you left-handed.
Well, then treat yourself.
All right.
Happy
brushed my teeth with
ambidextrous
my
day.
Celebrating today.
Yeah.
Did you do it this morning?
Yeah.
Wow.
Excuse me? What happened?
I brushed my teeth with my
Oh.
left hand.
I just heard you did something with your left one. I was with him from the moment he woke up, so I went, what?
He woke up 5 minutes before.
say that on the podcast?
I was like, I was with you from the time you woke up to the time you went.
Yeah, who did that this morning?
Uses their left hand, not me. Yeah, if you're ambidextrous with it, to make it feel like it's not you.
Give yourself
tried
an
to
Indian
sell
rope burn.
I
I'm sorry,
tried
a
to do a
Native
little bit.
American
Everything
rope burn.
went both.
Ooh,
Both?
Yeah. Try and eat with my left hand occasionally and drink with my left hand.
I never thought
'Cause
about
where's your
using my
brain?
left hand.
Yeah, that's why I do brush my teeth with left
It's
hand.
probably why my left side of my brain is like putty.
Society
and-
forces us to be a little bit more righty than I probably forces righties to be lefty if they don't like force themselves.
Well, my grandmother used to, so she was ambidextrous.
I remember you saying,
she could
yeah.
write it. They used to tie her left hand behind her back because she was left-handed, and now she knew how to write with both, very well too. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, okay.
Damn.
They used to they used to wrap me up and like glue me to the floor. They used to
Only let my right hand.
Yeah, they used to bake me into a cake to stop me from being lefty.
I remember that. Those
Yeah.
weird school times.
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were actually one of the ones who did it.
Yeah, well,
Like I said, weird school.
yeah, weird school time.
That was a phase. It was a phase.
I'm trying to think of strange ways to get persecuted that aren't like offensive. It's actually really difficult.
Tarred and feathered?
Huh?
Tarred and feathered?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they treated me like a caveman. Yeah.
Yeah.
They glued your hand in your ass.
Yeah.
They did actually.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Super glue. Yeah.
Ooh.
Gorilla glue, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was certainly the appropriate one because sometimes some cultures actually use left hand for cleaning, right hand for shaking. So you could be like, hello, hello, don't touch this one.
Wow.
Don't touch this one. I'm going to use this one. No. I'm going to shake your hand.
Which hand would they wipe their butt with?
Left hand.
Oh.
That's why left hand is generally not cool. I remember one time it was social studies or something when we were having the people come from college and be like, this is why you should come to this college. And one of them was a business school. I think it was like Catherine Grip. And they were like, oh, do you know why you shouldn't shake somebody's left hand? And I was like, because that's what they use to wipe when they go to the bathroom. And one of our friends was like, oh my God! Ah! And they're like, that's actually right. I was like, yeah. And our friend was like, oh, damn, good job.
So y'all wipe with your left hands?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't think about it. I don't even.
I wipe with my elbow.
Oh.
Whoa.
I use shittins.
That's
Before or after you lick it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
before.
remember.
Is that why your elbows are so smooth?
Yeah. See, it's the secret.
Oh, that's the secret.
That's the secret.
Whoa.
They need a new DVD.
Just pictures of Tony's. It's a collage of Tony's elbow. It's a secret.
You still got that elbow magic, Tony?
He does.
It is soft.
Wow.
Rude. I don't. He doesn't even moisturize.
Just looking at that elbow, the softness
touch
just
it?
shines.
It does,
Touch it
actually.
again. I haven't touched it in years.
Yeah, I know.
Still equal.
I don't even want my hand to taint it. I'm like,
It
Sure,
feels
it's
like
free.
fucking
I'm giving it
sandpaper.
Yeah.
no.
It's
Yeah.
like
So upsetting.
I don't understand.
No, that's not
it's
good.
fine.
I
I
feel
know.
my elbow. I've touched your elbow
Yeah.
for years,
Oh.
right?
You felt
now
it.
you know why.
That's so strange.
Feel my elbow. My crusty
Whoa,
You felt the best. Now feel the rest.
that is so strange.
Yeah, you got the. Smooth,
I really thought everybody's elbow was like this.
the world's smoothest elbows. Now you understand.
You don't know until you know.
We've
That's
been touching your
wild.
elbow for so long, and it
I
finally.
didn't know you never felt other people.
No. That's wild. Yeah, no. My mind's been blown. News to me. Wow.
Can you believe we all live like this?
I can't. I don't understand it.
What do you do with your elbows? That you
Put
can't
them in a
believe we
Ziploc
live
bag.
like this.
It's like they bathe in pools of Vaseline.
My elbows are crusty though, realistically. My elbows are probably the one place I forget that I have. And they get all crusty and you're like, oh, fuck.
Interesting.
All right. So now let's move on to some fun other things. I heard you guys watched. Is it a show called Owl House?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus. Very good show. It's animated. It's like a fun show. It reminds me of what is it with the triangle dude? The
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. It reminds me of that, where it's like really light and playful in the beginning, and then it starts to have more of like a darker tone to it. I enjoy it. So right now we've been watching that.
I think I've heard of that show. Is that the one where the girl's got like ADHD?
Or she's for a human that travels into
Like a witch's world?
a witch's world.
Yeah, I want to watch that. It looks cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's good.
I was wondering, how did you guys like decide to watch it or find
TikTok.
out about it?
For me, it was TikTok. I was seeing clips that the ending was really sad, and I was like, all right. And then we started watching it. We fell off of it, and then we started watching it again.
Did
How many
you-
seasons? Sorry, go.
What? Did you know that Disney is apparently satanic? And they're also going to start a television show that started off in Germany where a girl gets pregnant by Satan.
What?
Look it up.
That-
It's real.
wow. Interesting.
Someone just made a show where some girl gets impregnated.
I think that was Disney.
Are you serious?
It was a German show. It previously
Wow.
was.
Wow.
But now they're taking it over. They're like, we
That's
need
wild.
this.
Huh.
How many seasons are there?
I don't know. It's like it says 3 seasons, but the third one's like only
They're done.
3 episodes long, but they're long episodes. 47, 49, 55 minutes.
A lot of smegma.
Okay.
Off that package.
You guys were mentioning before we started recording that this also kind of gives you vibes of the new My Adventures with
Oh, yeah.
Superman show.
It's almost like the main It's almost like the main character.
Oh, this one on the poster, she does have like a little
Right?
sling, but if she was,
It-
is
let
she a
me-
human? She kind of looks
Yeah,
like a
she's
Fightful
human.
Goes West type of.
Yeah, she's
Little-
Spanish
little
too.
nose.
She,
That's
she they
Yeah.
That's cool.
they make it clear that when she talks about her mom, she speaks in Spanish. And
Okay. What's it about?
It's about a girl who travels into the witch magical world.
Yeah,
She's
you got it.
she's bullied. She's bullied on a daily basis. And then she goes to this place and she's able to find friends and a purpose, and it's
Super distracting.
Are those knitting needles?
You could get this, Alex. I have faith in you.
It's just the angle of the bag. Oh.
Were these developed from the perpetual Cheeto machine?
If only.
It's still work in progress.
Oh.
Well, it sounds like a very cool show.
It is good.
It's over, is what you're saying? Like,
I think it ended. I think the third season was the end.
oh, okay. So what are you up to?
Season 2?
2.
Oh, you're like right in smack in the middle somewhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere.
So it's a strong recommend.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Reason to hang
It's a
on to your
light
Disney
show.
Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
I
the only
guess.
reason. At this
Yeah.
point.
But yeah, the main character is 100% like if you watch an episode of My Adventures with Superman, and then you watch episode Owl House, you'll
It's like
be
an
like,
adult version.
that's the same person, like
The
Lois.
design looks similar.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you confirmed that like the same people work on it? or is it?
No,
just
we haven't
It's a theory.
looked it up yet, but
game.
we've seen other people also make the same references.
made
Being
the
like, wait, they're
references
the
to
same
them.
person. Yeah.
Someone was just watching the show, trying to come up with like a Lois Lane character. Be like, what if she was exactly this?
Yeah.
You guys see the
Essentially.
thing where like in the show she's like taking off her jacket or whatever, and she has like clothes underneath, and the internet was already like, oh, and they went back and they removed her clothes.
Wait, what? Is
In
this
My Adventures with Superman.
really?
Yeah, there's like a
Jesus
scene where she
Christ.
takes off her jacket and you see like her back, and
Nothing
the internet
is
was
safe.
already like, get rid of the bra. And they
Nothing
already-
is safe anymore.
Yeah, they already reanimated it to have
Wow.
her clothes off.
Interesting.
That show is a little. I mean, it almost sounds frightening. But the last episode, they said how old they are.
Oh, did they? In this newest episode or the one before?
The newest one.
Oh.
They're 11.
They're younger than the kids in Owl House?
Damn.
She's 23.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna make it
Christ.
way easier for the internet to jerk off to her.
I wonder if they threw that in on purpose. They're like, just
Yeah.
mention how old they are.
So I won't spoil since I didn't finish that episode, but I knew enough to be like, oh, they're kind of. I described it as jumping the shark with this last episode of My
okay.
Adventures with Superman. You'll instantly see what I mean once they get to the plot of the episode, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
You saw it?
No, online. Internet reaction.
Man, online just spoils everything for you.
Oh yeah. so that's
Which social media is it?
that's just Twitter.
Oh,
X.
Right, X.
yeah.
Because they X out anything I want to watch. But
Yeah. You want to watch this? It's spoiled.
yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Wow.
All right, so cool. Owl House sounds like a cool show. All right. I've been watching a show that's been very highly regarded in the general world, and enough people that I in like other circles are just like, you should watch The Bear. So it was. I admit it wasn't a show that wrote me in from the get-go, which is hard for me to like watch a show that like I was like it was fine, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm in. So it was kind of like, all right, let me try and get through more. But then by like 2 or 3 episodes in, it's got like enough like uplifting like energy, positivity, that even though they like it kind of like goes to both places. Like it's like you gotta kick the characters down and pull them back up and stuff like that, and see the crap they go through. Because there's like at face value, The Bear is a show about cooking. Like it's a guy that works in the kitchen, and he's a chef, and they're all like yelling at each other all the time, and like they're trying to like deal with the inspector person who comes and rates the rest the eatery establishment and stuff like that in Chicago. But it's got it's of course got more depth and to it than that. So and if you guys ever check it out, it's on the Hulus, and
The one we don't cancel.
the one that you don't cancel. I mean, the gym membership is what's being.
That also, you're definitely going to have to cancel it. With all these increases in separate households, there's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah. Main character is Gene Wilder.
yes, pretty much.
he's-
Baby Gene Wilder.
He's got I guess the plot of the show is he had a strained relationship with his brother, who we only find out in the second to last or so episode was played by oh my god, what's his name? John Barenthal. The Punisher from Daredevil. You can't protect him, Rick. That guy. And he's like his brother owned this more like dive restaurant in Chicago, whereas the brother was like, screw you, I'm gonna go work at the best restaurants in the world. And like he becomes like a top class chef, but like never gets his like personal shit together. And then the brother
Turns into
turns into dead.
Oh.
Yeah. And so and then he leaves him his restaurant. And so the characters trying to like make his restaurant work and stuff like that, and kind of like everyone's kind of like thrown into a situation they're not comfortable with, and they introduce some new characters that are trying to like become like like get further in their chef career. It's like this guy is such a well-regarded name, but he kind of like melted down. So it's like, and long story short, they all were just to each other, chef. It's like, how is this, chef? It's delicious, chef. Thank you,
Oh my
chef.
God, communism?
Okay.
Oh,
Is that what it is?
chef-unism.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're all even plain. They're all chef.
Well,
Chef-unism.
if you want to refer to me as chef, and I'll refer to you as chef.
It's a chef.
Thank you, chef.
Welcome, chef.
Chef.
My name is Chef.
My name is Chef. Very good. So yeah, I enjoyed season 1. There's only a second season to catch up on, and then I'll be all caught up.
Nice.
What I want to know is there's this new Amazon show called Red, White, and Royal Blue.
It was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I can't remember
I
what's a
saw-
movie and what's a show
I didn't
anymore.
have my
I
ice
saw
cream
some
today.
clips on TikTok, but I was like, what the hell is this?
From Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Yes, on TikTok.
Wait,
It's
what?
already TikTok famous?
Oh, yeah.
What?
It was TikTok
Oh my
famous,
God.
like, not like a huge amount, but still.
There is so much funny moments in this movie. It was a fun little rom-com. It is great. Well, I don't know what. There was a couple of parts that we were just like, "Excuse me, what is going on right now?"
I can't believe it's a book.
Yeah.
I can't believe it was at any
I
point.
want
a
to
book.
read the book. The
I've
movie
never
is great.
wanted to read something after watching the movie.
It's probably in the rom-com section of, like, books that they have in Barnes & Nobles.
It was
Yeah,
really
I like.
funny.
Besides us, I don't know who this movie is for.
I don't know.
That's a
It
perfect way to describe it. Now I already picture the whole thing.
had a pretty decent rating,
Yeah.
but it was wild.
I didn't expect
Holy
it.
crap.
So I thought it was going to be more of like a drama or like a story. And no, it's like a rom-com.
They end up in cake at one point.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And
It's rolling around
who's
it.
What did they call it?
the president? What's her name?
Oh
The
my
actress.
God, Uma Thurman!
Uma Thurman
She's
is the
doing this
president?
foghorn leghorn voice.
Yeah.
it was great.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
baby doll.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to talk. And my
She
boy.
calls up the FBP,
Yeah.
the Federal Bureau of Pizza.
What?
She's like, we're gonna need a pizza.
Yeah. So,
She picks
Do
up
you
the
guys-
phone on her desk.
yeah. Do you guys plan on watching it? Because if not, you
gotta watch
I want
this
to play
movie.
light on spoilers then, because I don't want to spoil anything too crazy.
Oh my god.
But
Let me tell you, she's a medical genius.
Wait,
is she the
medical
president?
genius?
Yes. She'll go into detail once you watch this movie.
Who does she play?
She plays the president.
That's what I thought she said. And
but she's a medical genius.
Okay, Dr. President,
Uh-huh.
Uma Thurman,
Huh, interesting.
Kill Bill, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, it's just so weird hearing this voice come out of her the whole movie. It's like the reason she did the role is because like you could do a really silly voice, and it does sound like just boy. I said boy, but the female version
wow.
of like I think you're going to have to go down to Texas yourself and investigate why I'm not currently winning that state. But like all of her lines are said like that.
That is incredible.
So without seeing it, what I imagine, and you kind of like, I imagine like I'm imagining a generic Hallmark movie, except Hallmark movies are classically hetero. So I imagine they just are like, hey, well, here's a clever idea.
What
Well,
is
there's a
gold?
huge genre of like mangas that like have what were they called?
Boy love.
Yes,
Yaoi,
boy love.
right?
Yeah,
Yaoi.
Yaoi.
Man, oh man.
Like that are
Yeah.
specifically aimed towards girls, females.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what this is.
Okay, are you sure about that?
I don't know if that's what
Watch
this is
it.
supposed to be.
You'll understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, oof, yeah. Oh no, there's a lot of juice in there.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of
And
parties.
it has the juice.
Yeah, a lot of juicy parties.
It's like we all have some friends who are of that orientation,
Yeah.
and like the stuff that like speaks to them. Like I can't speak to like generalize, but I don't know. Like I'm sure there's something for everyone. So I don't want to back myself into a corner, but like something that it might like is this as like cutesy and hallmarky as I'm imagining it.
It's
to
like
be?
a Disney Channel original.
like I don't know if
but
that speaks
they're gay
to like
and they
the
have
majority
sex.
of like anyone.
like
Disney XXX.
literally,
at night.
it has like a Disney movie vibe.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
but they're gay and they have sex.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and you get to
maybe.
see it.
Oh yeah, you get to see it.
Oh wow.
And I don't know. I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to get canceled, but
It's as I was starting to talk, I was like, I don't know how to talk.
it's a great territory, and I'm genuinely interested in knowing this. But when they go to make out and they're like about to like, oh, we want to get frisky and fuck, what he does is he lifts the leg up, right? Like a girl, you lift your leg up and you're like, vagina's right there. But to get to the butthole, you'd have to maneuver that
That's
leg.
the thing. He's straightening out the butthole for easy access. I believe.
The only thing he could have done was
think it's
fuck his balls.
Maybe he made
Taint
a
at
little
best.
slit, and maybe he did like an old lady's
Maybe
having a
maybe
baby.
he was doing an ice cream.
Yeah.
I don't know because
it's
when he
on
lifted
the
the amount he lifted it, I said he's gonna fuck his balls. He's not gonna.
Interesting.
But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm interested in knowing if that's a maneuver. Just want to know.
Well, we'll send each other some group texts later about it.
For
It's
the
a maneuver.
research.
Yeah.
I tried confirming it last night. We just can't come down with some concrete evidence.
Yeah.
Couldn't come down with it.
You heard it.
Read the transcript.
No, I actually liked the movie. It was silly. It was fun. It was a romp and a riot.
And like a million things happen.
Yeah, there was
Like-
like 8 movies in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All
like it wasn't
squeezed
boring.
in 2 hours. No, it wasn't. at all.
No.
I gotta say, it was a fast 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, those 2 hours. There's a whole like B plot randomly in the movie where they're like, "My dad's okay with us fucking at his house.
Yeah.
Let's go over there and hang out and fuck at his house." And his dad's like, I'm okay with you being gay, but those bathrooms of different genders. I'm like, what the hell is happening in this movie?
Oh wow.
Also, the movie's like politically charged in Democratic, even though. The mom is Democratic. I think the
I
dad's a
swear she
Republican.
would've- Yeah, that's what it seems like.
That Foghorn Leghorn voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Huh.
and they want to.
I want to revoke the Second Amendment. I say,
And it was also trying to change
Yeah, they wanted to.
the crowns or the organization of how England does it because they're like, why can't there be a...
This movie
Gay
will be
couple, that
banned
would
in
be- yeah.
England.
Whoa,
Movie
really?
will be banned in
I hope
England.
not.
Yeah.
Talk about the switching of
Gender roles
not that.
or the gender amount on
Who
the
knows?
throne.
the things you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
The throne stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
that's
how
what they-
England is run. They're like, nope, banned, done.
Wait until you see the end of the movie. It's gonna open your mind.
Wait till you hear about Texas.
You know, it's like, woo. Oh yeah.
That comment was just sounds.
You start. You turn into a wolf.
I would. You know what's funny?
I would watch the movie
I would
again.
watch it again.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
And I want to watch it with Gianna because she missed out on it.
Yeah, we were. We were
Wow.
trying to sell it on her, but
Yeah.
Oh, really? She wasn't.
she was busy.
Enthusiastic?
Yeah,
Oh,
when she
okay.
came down, we are like, "You have to watch this movie." And when we paused the movie, it was like an hour 30, and we were like, "Yes, there's still 30 more minutes left."
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. What was the production quality of it?
Disney.
CG
Hallmark-
screens.
Oh my God. So-
There's a lot of-
they must have used like Photoshop generative AI
Yeah.
and like expanded backgrounds with it because man, some of the scenery is just like
Really?
There's a flock of CGI birds.
What?
yeah.
Why?
I don't know. There was no reason for the CGI birds.
They could have been real, but they definitely didn't look natural. No, just something about them.
Yeah.
None of this movie actually happened outside.
None of these people are real. Everything is AI.
All the concepts.
Except Uma Thurman.
They do like the Sherlock texting thing.
Oh my god, yeah. And then they're like actually there in person, but they're not in person.
What?
Yeah.
But because they're texting and talking to each other, they don't look at each other. They just blankly stare forward while they're in the same room together.
Interesting.
And they do like this butterfly effect. when the prince shows up in the room to indicate he's not actually there, they show like I don't know what it was supposed to be. It looks like a flock of butterflies that manifest into him.
Wow.
I'm just trying to picture it.
Yeah, what I'm picturing sounds crazy.
It was crazy.
Sounds insane.
But I loved it.
Wow.
It was so funny.
Okay. Wow. In regards to like, I don't think there's any like series or like things I've been watching like super consistently that I'm at least ready to talk about because I'll wait till the seasons are over. But we got like a month's worth of the Peacock app. Peacock app, mainly to watch Super Mario movie, but then like you got it, so might as well watch other things. So I'm enjoying the Twisted Metal show.
Nice.
That's gotta just be Will Arnett voicing this week.
It
this
is, yeah.
guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
like he
It's
doesn't-
Samoa Joe is the buddy.
Is that a wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And I don't know, tried some random other things. Tried this nun show, but I don't know. It looked exciting, but then I just kept watching it. It got like, they're just talking and dull. But I was like, what else is worth watching on Peacock? Do you have any recommendations?
The Office.
Anything new?
That's true. When they were like, these are Peacock exclusives, it was like The Office,
Yeah.
Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
also-
alien show we watched was neat.
Yes.
That was
Resident Alien, or
Yeah.
something like that.
With the two dicks.
Yeah, the man with two dicks.
Yeah.
Huh.
First name Alan, two dick.
From
Second name
Firefly.
2 and last name Dick.
Yeah, from the Owl City song.
Yeah. And Pirate Steve the Pirate Scurvy from Dodgeball.
Huh.
Yeah, that show seemed pretty entertaining. I would be interested in continuing to watch that
SpongeBob?
show.
I like
I think-
these.
that's Paramount.
Paramount.
Re-
Sorry.
Alien Resident or Resident Alien, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah,
Invader Zim, but live action.
Really?
yeah,
Huh.
Mhm.
Wow.
yeah. It's the same plot.
He learns to human.
He learns to human.
Interesting.
And then he gets drunk.
He quote unquote kills the real human, and then transforms into him to take over his life and learn how humans behave and stuff like that.
But kids are able to see him in his real form, even if he looks human.
Oh.
Yeah, which I don't know.
It
how
doesn't
that
make
works.
sense why.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, really don't. The kid's Dib.
Oh, okay.
He's like, that's Zim. He's an alien. And then he's like,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
the whole time he does talk with this. I'm Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's an alien. What would you do?
Hey, if I was an alien trying to be a human,
Yeah.
I would like this. Yeah,
Maybe you might learn to talk normal, and maybe you may become friends with the kid. Maybe the kid might be like, "Oh, you're not a big old scary alien. You're just trying to murder me. So what?"
I will sell you for Zarfnard.
Watching your mouth move that way is awesome.
That's how his mouth moves the whole
It did.
show. It's
It did.
wild.
I can't wait to take you home.
Wow. All right.
Another show we started watching. The Summer I Turned Pretty
Yeah.
Ooh.
on Amazon.
Oh yeah, that's not as good as Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Yeah, it sounds like you just dropped that show like a can of
It's a
hot
fun
potatoes
watch,
and-
and it makes us feel pretty ourselves. But
Yeah, it's a show that's really good at writing young men. I think just be like,
yeah, they're all Edward Cullen.
babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's also a book.
I like you.
Yeah.
now. I don't think I like you again.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Men are not very deep characters. I've learned, but the young women are the ones that have like actual true character depth and
least
stuff like
something
that.
has depth to
Substance.
women.
Yeah, men are lame and boring.
I didn't like Barbie.
I was watching a little bit of that show with you, I think last week, and it was just them in the pool, and they're playing like the pool where you go in the shoulders. Yeah, they're playing chicken in the pool, and that was like just the whole scene. Nothing really happened from it.
I'd like to think that the creators of the show walked into like Amazon Studios to pitch it, and they're like, "It's like Cobra Kai, but without any of the fighting." It's what they would be doing if there was no fighting.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like so they go into the pool, have a disagreement, and fight. Like, nah, they go in the pool.
Yeah, Yeah, a lot of scenes where I was just like, oh, where's
this
the
going?
scene?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're living their lives. It's the summer. She's apparently, they're telling us she turned pretty, but whatever.
And we gotta see the end because apparently that's where it gets sad.
Really? But there's like 3
Who's telling
seasons
us
of it.
that?
Oh,
Who's
wow.
telling us that?
Oh, it gets sad?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All
Wait,
right.
there's 3 seasons of the show already.
I don't know. Fucking what.
At least there might be 2 or actually, I'm not sure. It just got renewed for another one. That's all I know.
Damn.
That's when it gets sad.
Oh.
And then it gets sad.
Who's telling us that? Somebody's like, oh yeah, this that end of the season.
Well, what's
sad.
really funny is I remember you telling us that.
Wow. That's because I heard it from someone, I guess. But I swear
you.
it was like somebody. Yeah, my brain.
So you were talking in a mirror one morning.
Yeah, it gets really sad. What?
I'm sorry, I've been off my meds for a little bit.
Matthew, watching the show on Amazon. It's going to get really sad right there. This season 3.
You dissociated and watched it already?
Yeah, my other split personality that doesn't favor ice cream. Watch the entire the summer I turned
Stop
pretty.
doing the ice cream and watch Summer I Turned Pretty.
Maybe that's why I've been having a ton of blackout moments where I'm like, what happened? Where'd the day go?
Why am I in bed already?
Wait and see if you ever do during a podcast.
Oh.
Imagine the way you switch personalities is you was just like slapping your head on the
Oh
table.
god, I was just having a big grin mark on my head all the time.
A season that we did finish was Heartbreak Island.
Oh my god, yes.
The first ever season of Heartbreak Island, the hit show
From Australia,
from Australia.
where they win a Subaru or a
Suzuki.
Suzuki, damn it, or a business class trip to Cali or something, or a commercial class.
Yeah,
Okay, I think
I always
it's
forgot like the stipulations, but the things that they tease is like you could win all new Suzuki, and everyone was like, oh my god, Suzuki, crikey, and then
That's like $100,000.
yeah, and then as Matt just said, the other one was like not even like a first class,
No.
like you could win a commercial business class flight
coach flight
to Los to Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and they show things that don't even look that nice. Like they show
They
some
just-
like food stands.
Yeah,
Skid Row.
Yeah, they show a bunch of people just spitting on a taco. And they're like, oh man, I really want that taco
That
in my
looks
mouth.
amazing. To Australians, that's paradise.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, they're like
Yeah, living on an island.
they're in
that's,
like
gorgeous.
Fiji.
Blue, crystal clear waters, and that's it. And they want to go to stinky Cali.
They
You
want
could get a Greyhound bus ticket to Detroit.
from Australia.
I love to see that bus trip from Australia. So cool.
I guess they're with the Crocs now.
They'd be excited about it. They're like, yeah, we get to drown.
That sounds so hot.
Oh, great. We get to go off the jetty. Oh, my God.
Oh man.
And is that guy in it the whole show? You sexy little minx.
He won.
Fuck him, dude.
Who's this guy?
He's from Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, is this one of the shows where they get people from other shows? Like it's like Avengers or the
No,
This
but
was one of the people that they just ripped out and brought to America. They're like, we need him.
yes, he's proven himself worthy.
Yeah. Nick Fury came by and was like, you won the challenge. Come to America.
Netflix Nick Fury. Ew. It's like the he's like wrong Nick Lachey.
True.
With an eye patch.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it has sort of watching that show from the beginning. I haven't seen any of the things that he's in on the Netflix ones. What's his name
Really?
again?
Oh,
Harry.
Harry?
Yeah, he's very tall and he is Australian or New Zealand or something, one of those two. And he's in Too Hot to Handle, Perfect Match, and maybe another one I'm forgetting. But apparently before all that, he was in Heartbreak Island on a different network, or maybe it was just like a Australian show that HBO Max acquired and it has streaming on there now. And it was pretty wild to see that. And
I like that they have a little CGI rat when people do something stinky.
What?
They're like, man, this person's a real rat. And then they have this little CGI rat come in and do like a weird kick, like a lane dance on the screen.
What?
Yeah.
So here's the premise of the show. They have very how do you describe the challenges? Elaborate challenges?
Yeah, they're like, first you're going to do this, and then you're going to do this, and we're not going to have everybody do it at the same time. That way it really pads the time.
Oh, man.
Yeah. There's like 3 different components to the challenge.
At least.
That way, like, I'm watching it being like, is it over? Oh, no, it's not over. Like, what, like, I don't even remember what the challenge is. If I were on that show, I would have lost immediately. Because I'd be like, what do I do now?
I'm too drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like all they do is drink and get food poisoning on that show.
Yeah, they've gotten food poisoning like 3 times.
There's that rat
And
and everything.
and they show the guy that looked like Barney Rubble, and he's like pale as a ghost. But you're like, I've been puking all day, and then they have to do a challenge that involves them like running around and like doing all this stuff. So they treat them like dog shit.
Wow.
Like the show goes on even if they're ill.
And then there was that one person that's like, "Good, I'm glad he's sick. That means we could win."
Oh, wow.
Oh my god!
They're poisoning each other?
Where the fuck does the rat come in? Why is
I'm getting there. So after these elaborate challenges, they apparently figure out who wins and who's like the very, very last, came in very last place, which means that they would be voted off the island, where they're like, they're on the pier to be whisked away by the wave and washed back to Australia and murdered. But they're like, except if one of you wants to basically break up with the other person that you're paired with, like, heartbreak them to leave them and save someone else. And if they decide, like, actually, like, me and this person haven't been getting along, I think I would do better in these challenges with this person who's about to leave. They could swap them, so they guarantee that the person they've been paired with will be leaving no matter what.
Wow.
And when they do that, and it does happen here and there, this little rat runs across the screen being like, "You fucking rat, you little weasel."
Wow.
Yeah.
There was one person that almost got kicked off the island like 2 times, and he was so excited to leave the island, and then he got swapped back in.
Oh, man.
And it's like,
And then he finally laughed and he was just like, "Okay, bye." Yeah.
wow?
He got all his stuff packed up already, ready to go. Oh, we're going to swap. Oh.
Mom, I'm coming.
Jesus Christ. You're like, oh my God, okay. Guess I'll have to cancel that flight, man.
Has to unpack all his things again.
And then there'd be episodes where they're like, this time we're just going to treat you. We're going to fly you to a neighboring island that looks exactly the same as this island and give you a delicious meal. And then they would do it, and one of them would get food poisoning from it. And then they would have to do a challenge.
Wow.
oh my
God, that
god.
must be the worst.
Yeah.
That's why the guy wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I'd say if I were to watch one more season, I would just jump to like the most recent one because they got like 12. Wow, they have a lot of seasons of this show.
That's a lot.
They got a couple. I think 5.
Oh, is it 5, 6, 12, whatever? 20.
A million.
Yeah. Hopefully, the later seasons, the rat is in a costume and he
my
just runs up and like
Starts
beats-
dabbing.
Yeah. Oh, you voted out.
Guy falls over the head of the mouse.
The mouse has food poisoning.
Why did you making that vomit noise make me want to vomit?
Wow.
Because that's so accurate to being that sick.
No,
Doesn't
puke,
matter.
everyone.
Not even just a guttural, like,
Yeah.
my soul's leaving my body.
Very good. Well, as your soul is leaving your body, does it have any optimism to leave us?
Whoa.
I'll let Alex go first. This
No,
Oh my god.
you guys. Anytime that we're finished,
Do you want
like-
to switch? I'll do Optimism. She'll do Batwoman.
Whoa.
Do you want to just guess what Batwoman is
Yes,
about? I'll do
absolutely.
Optimism. Let's
You
do
go.
that.
Okay.
all right.
It's Freaky Friday.
Today's optimism is that we're all gonna fucking die eventually. And if
Oh.
you're watching this, there's a Monday coming up.
Oh,
Wow.
That is accurate. Those are facts.
Those are some facts.
And welcome to the corner.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can find me Optimism Corner only on X.
Twitter.
Don't look anywhere else. Only on X. And maybe I'll switch to Threads. Yeah.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Bat Corner. This week, there's a new Batwoman, and her dad still doesn't know that she's Batwoman.
Interesting.
Also, her sister pops back again and says, "I promise I won't kill people," and then takes out a gun and shoots Alfred in the head. And then goes, "I promise I won't." And then her sister goes, "I'm gonna have to get you. I'm gonna have to get you." And then a car explodes, and there's another villain, and that was the end of that.
That is so fucking accurate that you could literally be a writer on this show. That was so fucking
I love
good.
that. That was the best.
How many bats?
I give it 4 out of 120.
Oh, all right.
Even the scoring is perfect.
I gotta say, I really like how she was like so bad at seeing look at Alfred, just like
Not even look at him.
peripheral vision killed him.
Done.
My brains, they're everywhere.
And then she, just one more thing.
Yeah.
They try to shoot her and it bounces off her costume because she can't die.
Because she's Superman.
'Cause she's
Right.
only kryptonite.
Yeah, only kryptonite will harm her.
Okay, very good. So with that, everyone, I think we had a wonderful episode of our Pseudo Adults podcast.
There's the ending.
Scat.
Skibby-doo, scat, whoa, combo.
Yeah, Scatty
Bill Cosby.
Scatty, whoa, scatty, whoa. Scatty doesn't, whoa.
let's just let Tony do that for a while.
I liked where it was going, too.
Scatty doesn't, whoa, Scatty doesn't, whoa.
Oh man.
I'm Alex.
Oh, I'm Rachel.
Scatty doesn't, whoa, that Fiona and me, whoa, whoa, Scatty.
Microphone's even shaking.
Kyle.